Hioka for healing. Warriors, what's up? I'm sure everyone is doing well. Vibrating high. Sharing the love and the light. Ashe. Holy Spirit Divine, we're going to do water signs. Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. What do they need to know? What do Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio? Faith. I have faith and hope in our connection and in us. I know you have been brought into my life for a reason, and it's bigger than both of us. I know that we are destined to be together, and I have faith on God that they will find the way for us. Yeah, you can be guided by the higher source, but you also have to make wise choices around that also, and actions. Somebody invisible is not going to come and do it for you. What else do we need to know? Insecure. That's why I went off like that right now. Insecure. You treat me better than I have ever been treated. You and I know that you can give me everything. I really do want that, but I am still struggling with my fears. I feel like I am not good enough for you. It's my own insecurity holding me back. That's something that they're dealing with themselves to even say out loud or even whisper in their own mind as a reality of their truth. This is the vibe I'm getting. They lack the faith because of their fear. Fear is a no-no when you're a warrior. Especially when we're in the stage now of knowing. You should know yourself by now. You have to know yourself in order to defeat that fear and that insecurity. If you're not secure in yourself, then you can't be secure with another. If you don't have your own back, how can you have someone else's back? Answer that. Promise. Yeah, you can promise, but people are not going by just words these days. Action. Your thoughts that you wish must have the same actions to go along with them for them to manifest. I wish you knew just how special you are to me. That would be easy. If you wish that, that's something you should have done, but apparently you've been struggling with your inner voice, whoever I'm speaking with, this reading is resonating with. It kills me not to be able to tell you, and that is self-fear, self-sabotage. You amaze me with your compassion and kindness through this time apart. So they want to use some sweeting, buttering up because they've been gone a while. And they want to try to make it like that psychological reverse psychology. Boost you up to put the mirror in front of your face so you don't see them behind it. And that's called mirroring. I promise I will make things right between us. Fuck a promise. Actions. No one's getting involved in relationships that are shaky with someone insecure and unhealed that does not have faith on a promise. That's as good as a hope. That's as good as a dollar written out on a blank piece of white paper. You must have inspiration and go within. Inspiration comes from your actions, giving yourself The one step you take and you see an improvement will give you inspiration to take that next step. And the more you put the effort into your actions and what you're striving for, you will inspire yourself. That is the truth. There is no one else who inspires me the way you do. I am so proud of you. Your achievements and gifts. Your love really gives me strength and courage to strive for more out of my life. What else do we need to know? Intensity. They're feeling the intensity of the absence, the intensity of their fears, and the intensity of even failing and then on them trying to come in with this baby face and soft and cuddly and innocent. My feelings for you overwhelm me sometimes. Please reassure me by taking things slowly and patiently. Oh gosh. I could gag reading that sentence. I might sound harsh, but when you are healed and someone comes along with this gaslighting and this pessimistic energy, it makes me want to vomit. This will help me feel comfortable. Okay? See what I'm saying? They're telling you exactly in between those nice, sweet words of stroking your ego. They need your comfort. Male or female, but I'm getting male vibes by the two men, the male looking watch, masculine looking watch. This might work on a female that doesn't know themselves, but a female of a higher vibration and knows her worth will not fall for this shit at all. And they'll keep waiting. They will keep waiting. Or maybe they think you're waiting. There's a man on a curb with flowers. I haven't wanted to admit to myself how I really feel for you, as I said earlier. It means stepping out of my comfort zone. It's time. I know it's taking me a while, and that's not your fault. How long they took? Because if you kept moving and you're working on yourself and you're at a certain level in a rank, and they took too long to grow up and heal, that is not your fault. I do know what you need, and I want to do this right. Please wait for me. That's a no-no. Anybody that says, wait for me, your first thought should be stagnation, procrastination, not being at the level you should be when portals are open, and that's self-sabotage. And we don't self-sabotage over here. I will do things right between us when I come forward to you. That's stagnation at its highest degree on this table. Stagnation. You'll get further along if you just grabbed the dog and kept it moving and said, okay, take your time, heal. Let them think what they want to think. They can think that you're sitting and waiting, but you are hurting yourself if you do that. That's all I'm saying. You would be definitely hurting yourself. And a lot of handlers, warlock, people in secret societies, this is their exact mission. In plain sight. This is how they roll. And I can say that because I've experienced that. This attempt. The insecure and waiting for the growth. Being in the relationship. That's how I know that is a no-no to do. faith? Where is their faith? Where is their faith in themselves? Everything is upside down in an illusion. This reads, everything seems perfect and it's not an illusion. They're coming in with an illusion. Embrace change. Through challenges, true connections can flourish. They want you to stay behind, stagnated, stuck to, bound to, embracing the change of slowing down. They want you to slow down. That is what their wish is. This is what they're expecting. They're expecting to come in, to take your heart and your empathy, sympathy if you have it for them, and fall for the bait. Their insecurity is not your problem. Why are they insecure? They don't feel protected. So they want to come in. This is somebody that's dealing with even maybe karma on their ass. And if you're a warrior, they already know that you are protected, highly protected. And that is one of the things they do when they come in. It's either just to stagnate you, but this one has two purposes. To stagnate you, and because they don't have any karmic protection. They don't have a connection with Source. So they are coming in begging. They're not going to say that either out loud. Inside, they're begging and pleading because they want to be bound with this false story. Like you're going to fall for it. What's this promise? This promise they want the warriors to fall for. It's not the right time. He's even stuck on what time to walk in and say anything still. And it already been mentioned in this read that you've been waiting. If you were waiting, I can get, if you recently broke up, and it's been a couple of weeks maybe, and maybe they've kept some contact, but not that stone cold silent treatment. Unless it's agreed upon that you guys are going to separate, going with yourselves to decide what you want. But not with side chicks and side dudes in that week or two that you may need to sit and think. But if it's already in that mode of you having to do that, it's already karmic. It's already karmic. Have faith and wait until you find the right one. For a divine match. Follow your destiny. Do not let anyone take you off your spot. The love that's meant for you will be a soulmate or a twin flame, and twin flames off the bat. If it's a twin flame and you know it's a twin flame, you should already know it's a runner-chaser type of duality thing that goes on. And in the time that you guys are doing that, you guys don't decide to both grow up, nothing's going to change. So it is better to wait. You don't even want to hear it. You're not even feeling this. You already know the game because you're a warrior. And this is what you're doing. You will sit alone, not alone, because you always have plenty spirit guides and your totem animals like the birds and butterflies, listening to the wind, sitting with your face turned to the sun, soaking in the rays, even through a window. What do we need to know about this wanting to stagnate the warriors? Why do they expect time to never run out? Why do they expect time to never run out? They just want you to accept. But you have to find strength in your uniqueness. You may not be able to grow together. If you are growing together, maybe you might be in your spot and you're growing, doing your own self-healing, and they're on their spot doing their own growth and self-healing. That would be the true acceptance to embrace. But they know that you are rare. They know that you enhance their life. And they know that you thrive. So they want you to accept sitting and waiting and thinking and wishing and hoping. Who does that? Who does that? So this is making them feel really intensely more in fear, more lacking in their faith of themselves. And they know it's been a while. What do we need to know about this intensity? Intensity. What do we need to know about this intensity? And them wanting the warriors to wait. What do we need to know about this intensity? They know that you are sturdy support. They know that mirroring you, they would look like it's a combined effort of two, united and stable. But we already know that they are not. They're not even protected. They don't even feel safe with themselves. So why would you put yourself in a position to be with someone that's not even secure? They have no faith. They need to grow. They need to find themselves. And they need to do that alone. They need to go deep behind the blinds into the darkness. If they want to have harmony, if they want to be in tune with someone of this caliber, to have sturdy support, they must be sturdy. Because how would that look? Imagine this picture with a frail, scary man with tears coming down his eyes, looking like he's scared to look in the mirror. How would this picture look? Even if you have a good rapport with someone, you get along, oh, you have fun. But if they are insecure, you're going to be stagnant. They're not going to be creative in their ideas. They're going to be fearful and making moves in other aspects of their life if they're not strong mentally, physically, mind, body, and soul. What do we need to know? Oh, maybe a Jezebel that knows they are not protected. What do we need to know about this? Them wanting to embrace waiting because they're on their side hustle. They're hustling you. Spell work. This is all manipulation, gaslighting, glamoring, stagnating. What's their side hustle? What's their side hustle? What kind of side hustle is this? Because you're not trapped. You're not trapped. They want to trap you beware of someone wanting to come in and sex you up, male or female. This is a trap. And this is exactly a precise storyline of what handlers do, because they come in many shapes, sizes, and forms. Don't be all geeky little girl like, oh, he want me to have his baby. Honey. Don't do it. Especially y'all just meeting. And this is the situation. A baby? You think that would be bringing harmony to someone that's insecure, no faith, that likes to celebrate? They have side hustles. They feel trapped. Or they want to trap you. What's this trapped? Holy Spirit. They want to trap a divine feminine. Because they're dealing with legal matters. They're trapped. They're either going through a divorce or child support. They got somebody pregnant. They're dealing with all kinds of legal matters. That's why they're feeling scared and insecure, and they don't have protection, and they need your help. They need your energy. It's always about your energy. They're going to pretend like they're not drinking and having a toxic lifestyle, or because they know that you don't. They know that you are not toxic, living a toxic lifestyle. And this has them in regrets. What's this drinking in reverse? Okay, it's illuminated. What I just said is the truth. It's illuminated that this is all a facade. And it would be a love-hate relationship. One healed, one unhealed. This one always wanting to run. This one always having one foot out the door. Or her having one foot out the door. Both saying it's love. That's sabotage. And we don't lie to ourselves. We have true acceptance of this situation. Why do they want us to fall for this? Again, they want to reiterate. Because there's no strings attached. They need to bond to you. They need to bind you because you're happily living single. And they're not happy about that. They're worried about who you're dating, how you're stress-free, how you're setting new goals and focused on your career. And they're not attached to you at all to be a part of that. While they feel trapped and they want divine energy, masculine or feminine, vice versa. Take that how it resonates. There's no strings attached. No strings attached. They're fucked up over you. You're living in their head and they fell left hanging. Or after they left you hanging. Either way. There's been no contact. You didn't have closure. So now maybe they're trying to come back and give closure after left on red? I think not. I think not. That's my opinion. I think not. I think I would not give my energy to this being that wants sturdy support. Because they don't have protection. And they want to keep up a facade. They want to keep up an illusion. They want to keep up a fairy tale of falsehood. And they want you to not have clear thinking. They want you to be foggy. They don't want you to see clearly what's going on here. They don't want you to deaden this. They don't want this to be the finale. They don't want the finale. else we need to know about this, Holy Spirit? This is a reading for water signs. Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. You guys got somebody on your ass or you're on somebody's ass? If you're on somebody's ass with this bullshit, I suggest you take it and wind it back. Wind it back. How does this divine feminine feel about this? She's aware. She's aware of her own importance. She's gone within, deep within, and she knows her value. That's why she's a divine feminine. And they feel lost and in grief. And what is being illuminated? That you're not soulmates. It's not a deep love. It's all about hope. Having you expecting what they promise. Thinking that you are manifested a soulmate when it's not. But it's all illuminated. So who is this energy that's trying to pretend to be a soulmate? They don't want you to remember the past memories, the bittersweetness. They want that blocked. This cruel person that wants to come in with a puppy dog face. But messages are coming clean on this. Things are being unveiled. They don't want this to be seen. They want you to be in an illusion. Keep you waiting. Keep you going in cycles. Keep waiting for that moment that they become who they say they would be. But this is how that works. You let them go and get themselves where they say they will be on their own. And if you're still available, not sitting and waiting, but if you're still available and it's on good terms that you left on, not on evil lies and trickery, that's a different story. But with this situation, and you already know this is a freaking handler, this is somebody to come in and cock block, honey, and they are fucked up over you because they know you were the only one. You were devoted, and now they want to be attached. They're craving your energy, your source energy. They need that. And what's with this trick, these trickeries? Who's in the fantasy world? Oh, shit. Sorry about that. One of my douse wands just fell. Too hype, too much energy. What is this fairy tale of illusions? They don't want you to know that this is karma. They have karmic debt. And they're dealing with the cause of and effect of those consequences. So they're going to come back in and spark up a passion with you. All in the name of love because they need that energy. They may even be in physical pain from the backfires of all of... Is this the read where the spell word came out? This is also my... I use this also as a spell word card, but that didn't work. It's a backfire. These tricks and illusions. I see spell work. Sparks that... Yeah. The whole illusion. That alone is spell work. But they're suffering. They're having high anxiety and they're apprehensive of what's going to be happening for them next. And they're afraid because they're not protected anymore. They cannot fool the universe. The universe already is aware of their toxic lifestyle. It's been illuminated. You can't throw rocks, hide your hands, and act like you don't have dirt under your nails. That's the read for water signs. Peace. Stay up, warriors.